All right, peace. Back again with another video pertaining to. Well, this story was interesting to me because this shit happens to me too. It happened to me too. So I just want to shine a little brighter light on it too. Like it could happen to anybody regardless because for some reason that's the hustle and the scam going on out here these days, and these bitches is gonna be playing unfair, and they continue to play unfair. And when the more they get desperate, shit, they gonna get more and more dirty. It's a dirty game, so it is what it is. And I'm gonna just touch on this story a little bit. It's like a backdrop, and then I'm gonna chime in, give a little, how I can relate to the story. And a lot of you guys, if you're not careful, without a doubt, you're gonna get caught up in this shit, and you will not know what to do. And by far none, they're ready to lock niggas up for shit like this. And this happened to a little white dude. Let's see what happened in the story. Anybody know Joe Kinnaman is he's a star who starred in Alter Carbon on Netflix, new Suicide Squad movie. You know what it is. He's doing his thing. He was in House of Cards. He's a pretty talented dude. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, Joe Kinnaman gets restraining order against woman who allegedly extorted him over sex. What's interesting about the story is, like, he's a good looking dude, but for some reason when you get into reading the story, which I'm going to get into, she going to say he raped her. What's crazy is this is the exact same script these hoes follow that got Bill Cosby in the shit that Bill Cosby was in. And what crazy is, they don't come back and say, like, he raped her, like, the next day where they had any type of interaction. They wait a couple years later. When their life ain't shit, when they ain't shit, they broke, don't got no money. They literally, like, they don't even know what the fuck to do with their lives. So now they want to try to extort you for money. The thing about this shit is, it's not about putting this nigga in jail. It's about getting money. Any women who come after you later on, and try to accuse you of rape, and they wanted some shit out of you, but they didn't get any shit out of you earlier on, you know what it's about. But anyways, let's get into the story. So Joe Kinnaman claims a woman with whom he had sex back in 2018 is now claiming it was not consensual. And he wants a restraining order. This nigga met this bitch. And it's always at a point in a man's life when his career is skyrocketing, Now you're getting accused of this type of shit. You telling me this bitch came back after 2018 and now is claiming it's not consensual? The nigga just dropped Suicide Squad. A huge blockbuster. I never was a fan of the first one. I don't know, the costume looks silly in this one. I'm probably not going to be a fan of this one, but there's always, for some odd reason, there's always people out there that kind of like this shit. So if they made the first one basically with the same kind of character, and they made this one, maybe, I don't know. They had high hopes for this shit. But anyways, the bitch came back after this dude dropped his movie. Accused him of rape. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. Raped. Let's continue the story. In our charming. The Suicide Squad star claims he met Gabriella back in 2017 when she was an aspiring model and actress. He says they had a brief romantic relationship. The following year, and she is now using harassment, threat of physical violence by herself and others, and threat to dismantle false information to extort money from him. I told y'all, it's always about money. She figure out this nigga got a big payday. And what I was talking about earlier, These women are always aspiring to be something pertaining to the industry. You go look at Bill Cosby. You go look at Bill Cosby's story and how all these women was railroading him during the Me Too movement and shit. Those bitches, they were all aspiring to be something. I think I made a video about it too. Go check it out. Previous video talking about Bill Cosby rape accuser. I talked about it. They were all aspiring to be something. Bill Cosby was a good-looking dude back then, and there's ain't no way these men are out here raping these women. Like, I tell you this is how it went. Good-looking actress, she met him off the bat. She liked him because she sees it as an opportunity to, get a leg up into the industry and do what she really wanted to do. It didn't work out. But if it was going to work out, I guarantee you, she would never give a fuck about him. But it didn't work out, so now she's coming back. This is the same goddamn story being played out over and over and over. Because I'm going to tell you, the same shit happens to me. And I'm going to tell you this again. I'm going to retell this story again. Like I said, it's this girl I used to see, right? Haven't talked to her in a while. Never talked to her in a while. We used to date. We met each other on the job, She left me for another dude, moved away. Everything was all dandy. Her life was all, for some reason, it was going good for her. But it wasn't. Came back. Instead of finding another job anywhere else, the bitch came to my job. My job, after screwing me over, to go with another dude, didn't work out. She thinks she was able to come and just get back together with me. As if nothing happened. Like, that's how bold and prideful they are. To think like, I can get this guy regardless of what the fuck I do to him. Figure out I was seeing somebody else. Figure out my life is going, somehow good. Living on my own. She accused me of rape. After a year and a half of not seeing this girl, not speaking to this girl, she came to my job, get a job there, see if she can get back with me. Didn't work out. Never accused me of rape. And my job fucking entertained this shit too by allowing an investigation on me. The bitch didn't go to a cop, they ain't doing shit. She fucked so many dudes in between trying to get a relationship. Now, after fucking so many dudes, now I'm the one who she wants to get back in a relationship with. And I'm supposed to take her. And she thought I was crazy about her when I wasn't. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, God damn, this girl gotta be fucking crazy. What crazy too is, it's the people around her who knows what a psycho the bitch is, and yet they still entertain this shit. And it's the same cycle around this Gabriella Magnuson whore. They know she full of shit, but for some odd reason, they giving her the benefit of the doubt. Because shit like this shouldn't even be entertained. But these women are on code, man. They know the game is, if shit never works out in life, all you have to do is just, backstep to the past. I mean, they know you can just dig up the past, whoever you slept with, and then accuse them of something and try to get money out of it. And the crazy thing about it is, these women never go to the police and they're always taken serious. It doesn't make sense to me as to why this shit happens, But it happens. Even he is saying she's harassing, threatening physical violence, and trying to extort him for money. We ain't trying to hear that. We are not trying to hear that. That's what the law said. We are not trying to hear that. Sir, you possibly raped this woman. You know? The law don't give a fuck about that. Do you see the shit men gotta deal with? But women don't understand, like, down the line, this shit is gonna make them miserable. Because once men wake up and realize, like, okay, it's not even about love anymore. It's not even about respect, relationship, partnership, loyalty, sex. It's not even about that. This is about extortion. That's the game. Extortion. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get 50% of that Suicide Squad money. She's trying to get some of that money. She's still salty about the fact that she couldn't fuck her way into the industry through this dude. So she might as well just either tarnish his name and get some money out of it. And that's the game. And like I was telling you, when this shit was going around too at my job, everybody looking at me like, nigga, I don't even, like, like, I don't even do nothing. So all of a sudden, I've been known all the way up for all this time. This bitch y'all don't even know came out of nowhere. All of a sudden accusing me of rape. And the bitch literally, y'all fucking her, and she's explaining the fact that she's a hoe to y'all. And all of a sudden, y'all believing her? Y'all know she's sleeping around. But y'all also know she's salty about the fact that I'm probably seeing somebody else. Why the hell the girl I was seeing did not claim did not accuse me of rape, but she did? Anyways, and my supervisor and manager actually took this shit serious. Never told the bitch, like, hey, like, we don't even know you like that. Like, you got a problem. This is a corporation. Like, we're not here to investigate none of this shit. Obviously, the evidence is right there. You ain't talked to this nigga for a whole entire year and a half. You left work and all of a sudden you came back and accused him of rape? Really? And she was spreading that shit around work for a while before she actually went up to the supervisor. And then somebody's like, then go to the supervisor or something like that. But she only went to the supervisor because she realized people wasn't taking her serious anymore. Nobody was liking her because everybody was starting to realize she's a hoe, she's a bitch, she's a trick, she's manipulative, she's a fucking liar. Now she's like, damn, she threw a bunch of people on the bus for bullying at work and all this nonsense. Bitch is full of shit. But that's the same shit that happens to me, and that's the same shit this Gabriella Magnuson bitch is trying to do to Joel Kinnaman. They try to extort you. If they cannot get their way with you, they will try to extort you and ruin your name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like I said, she been trying to call this nigga. She been trying to whatever it is, she's been harassing him. She couldn't get what the fuck she wanted. Rape. Anyway, let's continue the story. Kinnaman, who has appeared in The Killing, Alter Carbon, RoboCop, and House of Cards, says their relationship took a turn in December 2018 when they had sex, and she was bothered that he didn't let her stay over and didn't check to make sure she made it home safe. So he basically treated her like a regular ass groupie. And she was mad. But she wasn't mad about the fact that he treated her like a groupie. She was mad at the fact that he didn't take what the hell she was trying to accomplish serious, and that was to get a leg in the industry because she was an aspiring actress. And he already knew what the fuck she was about. That's what she was harassing him, calling him, because she wanted him to put her on. Because let's think about it. If I'm a movie producer, director, right, and some girl is just all over me, like blah blah blah. Later on, we having drinks, we talking. She's talking about, I've been trying to get into the industry and I've been working so hard and blah blah blah. You're gonna be like, come on. I've seen this shit so many times. So like, stop pretending like you fucking like me when you try to fuck your way to my platform. These women do not love you like you think. You know what I'm saying? So who gives? Like I said, he in his mind, he was just thinking she was just a regular broad who's trying to use him to get a leg in the industry. Period. And he's like, you know what, yo, it is what it is. Like, shit. Nah. I meet too many of y'all. I meet way too many of y'all. You know? And she mad about the fact he didn't let her stay over and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's continue. He says after that encounter, she sent him sexual explicit video of herself in 2019 and 2020. Do you see this shit? She made it her effort to try to stay close to this guy by doing whatever it takes. She made it her effort, sending naked picture, all that shit. None of that shit worked. Like I said, she didn't really like the guy like that. She was trying to fuck her way into the industry. She's an aspiring actress and model. Yep. That's how it works. So he treated her as such. A little fun. He's not trying to settle down. He said he did not respond and blocked her. This man realized the bitch was crazy and decided to take extra measure and block her. And that wasn't going to happen. Kinnaman says that made her angry, and she tried contacting him using others people's phone and became increasingly confrontational. Of course, she thought she found herself a sucker that she could fuck to get into the industry, and it didn't work out. Of course she's gonna be angry. Of course you're gonna be fucking angry. Like, what did he expect? This behavior from women is very, very common. Very common. According to the docs obtained by TMZ, she threatened to publicize false information, specifically that they had sex against her. Well in December 2018, unless he give in to her financial demands. This is how they act. This is how they act. These women try to fuck their way to your heart. If it doesn't work out, they extort you. And this is like I said, this is very, very common, and they have normalized this behavior. No one talks about Me Too, but these bitches they are on this Me Too journey. This is becoming, to me, I don't even consider it to be a bad habit anymore. This shit, the way these women are going about it, as if it's a fucking law. As if this is a fucking law. You know what I'm saying? Because a habit, that's on you. You know? Because this type of habit, everybody has their own habit. But all these women are going by the same fucking law. This is it's like a it's like an invisible law that if a man like doesn't want you or meet your demands, you have every single right in the United States Constitution to put this nigga on a sexual charge, a rape charge, put a rape charge on him. I don't know. Have you guys seen National Treasure? You know how Nicolas Cage and them, in order to read a fucking letter and shit or a Declaration of Independence, them bitches had to stick that shit in front of a goddamn candle. They had a white lime and all that shit on top of it. It's like this is the law that we not seeing on the Declaration of Independence. You know, we gotta look at this shit a little more clearly now. Because these bitches have made this shit a law. We gotta, you know, we gotta do a whole bunch of shit. It's a law to accuse a dude of rape or some type of sexual deviant if you don't get your way with him. That's the game. That is the game. It's dirty. Anyways, let me continue the story. Kinnaman says he tried resolving things last month with his manager. With his manager was meeting with Magnuson and her brother. First of all, her brother probably is ain't as shit too with her. You know what I'm saying? They both try. He's trying to get his piece too. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the brother, okay, who was carrying a rifle. He says during that conversation, she admitted that sex wasn't against her will, but she was upset with the way he treated her. You see what I'm saying? She didn't get her way. She claiming she was treated a certain way different from the way in which she already, like, you know, been programmed to believe how he should have treated her. So she was upset she didn't get away, and now she wants to extort him. Didn't work, rape. You see, one thing about it I notice is when these women are admitting to their wrong, there's always it's kind of like, okay, she's saying basically she's admitting that sex wasn't against her will. She's admitting the sex wasn't against her will. Now there's a tricky part that is basically still accusing him of rape without accusing him of rape. Because most women, this is what they would do. They would be like, well, it didn't happen, but, you know, once they add that but, blah, 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 you know, it didn't happen that way, but in a way they're insinuating it still happened. He still raped her. This is what she said. She mentioned the sex was so rushed, she kept her shoes on and was then shown the door. Ain't no man rushes sex to the point where the shoes is on like that. According to the docs, Kinnaman says Magnuson said she was a member of the Crips and threatened members of gang would hurt him. So She over here threatening this dude, trying to extort him, and now she's the member of a crib threatening to hurt him. So this guy raped her, need to be thrown in jail or given money, but she's threatening him. She needs to be thrown in jail for this shit. She said she knew people like Chris Brown, LeBron, and Lil Wayne, all whom were angry at him and were available to harm him on her behalf. First of all, LeBron James ain't no fucking crib. He ain't fighting shit. Chris Brown, come on. Stop it. You knew Chris Brown, LeBron James, and Lil Wayne, who was angry at him and was a... Please. A lot of your celebrities are cowards and are scared as fuck to even open their mouth, especially Mr. LeBron James. Can't fucking say a damn thing. First of all, I don't even want to mention his name because LeBron ain't no threat to anybody. So she needs to stop. Kinnaman says, she says, they will fuck your life. Fuck your life. Joel, anyone will come after you in LA. He will fuck your life so you will not be able to film anymore. George. They ain't gonna do shit. They'll fuck up their whole entire money. Chris Brown is already going through some type of abuse charge with he first of all, the media still hasn't let that shit go pertaining to Chris Brown and Rihanna. So Chris Brown, that boy hands is tied behind his back. LeBron James, that boy pants is like, I mean, his hands is like, it's somewhere, but it's I would say it's far up his ass. LeBron James hands is up his ass. Lil Wayne hands is up Birdman ass. So it is what it is. Kinnaman also said at one point her brother pointed a rifle at his manager. He says her demand including an apartment for 1 year, a work visa, a wiki page, a verified Instagram, an introduction to a Hollywood agent, and other. Do you see what I was talking about? She didn't give a fuck about this dude if he liked her or not. This is what she really wanted. Hollywood agent. That was her goal right there. Getting into the industry. That was all she wanted. She just wanted to fuck her way into Hollywood. You telling me after all of this, you don't want to put this nigga in jail? But she want an apartment for 1 year, a work visa, a wiki page, a verified Instagram? You can tell she didn't even want money. She didn't even want money. She wants a verified Instagram. Do you see? Come on now. That's some bullshit right there. Basically, this was her whole entire goal, and this is a lot of women goals in life these days. Accuse you of rape just to get what the hell they want. And they don't even want to put you in jail. They just want something out of you or some shit like that. Like I said, my ex who accused me of rape, she didn't want me to go to jail. She just wanted me fired from work. But she's so stupid, she's not thinking like, this shit could possibly put me in fucking jail. She just didn't want me around the other girl I was seeing at that time, which she was aware of. You know, she didn't want me around her at that time. But yeah, that's the game. It's a dirty game out here. But anyways, these bitches are liars, you know. It's 2021, you know. 9 days before you even, you know, speak to a girl, you gotta have a Vlad interview with her first. Have a Vlad interview with her first. Record everything. One of a very slick way to record a bitch and make sure you get everything. If you have an Apple Watch, you know, low-key click that shit on record, you know, recording. And then just record all your conversation, every single thing that transpired that night. You know, just keep your shit rolling. You know, every single thing, every single time you guys get a little bit, you know, intimate, click that button, record it. She ain't gonna know it's around your wrist. Apple Watch pretty much can pick up a bunch of, pick up sound very, you know, clearly, you know. Yeah, and you should be straight. But yeah, anyways, see you on the next video. You know, free this man. He's innocent. You know. Even though Suicide Squad probably is trash, but that would be probably a reason I would wish you go to jail for. But anyways, they lying. Peace.